Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another video. So, in this video, guys, we're going to talk about the breaking news as it relates to Jayz's attorney. He has filed a new motion, and he's doing it the correct way this time around. Now, Mr. Alex Spiro, he's not waiting. He did it immediately after judge was like, listen, sir, you have been jumping the loophole. You haven't been taking the correct steps to request that the case be thrown out. It's not as though it's wrong of you to request that the case be thrown out. It's just that you have to follow by the guidelines given, and you know these guidelines. And as such, Alex Spiro is back and he has filed a new motion. In his new motion, he's saying at the time that this alleged victim is saying that this incident happened to her, there was no legalities in place to protect her. So if I did it, what? If I did it? No, these weren't the exact words, but if I had to, just exaggerate something, that's how you would exaggerate it. He's saying under the clause, under the Child Protection Act, there's nothing in place to protect her, even if it did happen. Now, he has three arguments that he's using to get the case thrown out, and it's looking good in his favor. And one of those arguments that he's using is that, the description that the young lady gave for the after party house, there's no such, housing in New York. He's saying the development of New York in certain lux areas, the houses are not constructed or built that way. And as you guys know, you have HOA and the different regulatory body to govern how you can structure even your gate, your driveway, your porch and all of that. So he's arguing. So that they have other people who are working on this case, and that would be someone in real estate. So it seems as though they have gotten someone from real estate to help them out with this case to say, listen, what she's saying happened could not have happened because there's no such housing in New York. The houses are not constructed in that manner. The gate is not constructed in that manner. So it could not be true. And again, Jayz is using everything else, like she's saying the 30-minute drive. Jayz saying it could not be 30 minutes from where you said you're coming from to a party house, in New York, because you said you went to Radio City. So from where you're living to that direction, not 30 minutes from Radio City to the party houses in New York could not be 30 minutes either. So your timing is off right there again. And if you guys remember, I've been saying this from the get-go. I've been saying to you guys that when the lawsuit was amended, tonybuzbee removed the time frame. I think he had 9:40 p.m. initially, and he knew that the time frame would not collaborate because at that point the award show was still on the way. The people were at the venue and all of that jazz. They were still inside. There was video evidence of them inside. tonybuzbee discovered that, so he removed the time frame. What tonybuzbee did, it's not wrong. It's just that lawyers, they are really tricky and they will move the puzzles around to see how best it fits. And that is what they're supposed to do to really get a settlement on the behalf of their client. So it's not as though, tonybuzbee is the only one that does this. Not every lawyer does this, but he's not the only one that does it, right? So Alex Spiro is using everything that tonybuzbee has failed to acknowledge, recognize, highlight, and he has three powerful arguments to get the case dismissed. And based on those three powerful arguments, I do believe, as I've been saying to you guys, you could really see it because as I've been saying to you again, I know that people want to hear justice for victims. And I've said to you, not everyone that comes forward in the guise of a victim is a victim. Some people, they want to get a real quick paycheck. They want to get a real quick payday. And we oftentimes allow ourselves to be gullible because this young lady has a special ability. I think that most people are vulnerable by this, and people with special ability, they know this. They know that, oh, I have special ability. If I say Jay-Z did this to me, people are going to believe me. I have special ability. We're in the era of lawsuits. People are going to believe me, and they prey and weigh on your emotions in that sense. But as for me, as I've always said, I have this unique ability from a very early age to see both sides of a story. And I don't have to know you to defend you. And I don't have to like you to defend you. I can hate you and still defend you and still give you the justice that is due to you. The allegations are not adding up. And again, all the attorneys, they have dived into the court documents, not what the streets are saying. I'm talking about the people on the um YouTube. I think here on YouTube we have Law and Order. They are not seeing where it makes much sense. We have Candace Owens, who is not seeing where it makes much sense. And she's really good at court cases because she knows how to proceed. And she has won herself quite a few court battles. Trust and believe. She knows when to proceed with the case. She has a really, really good eye for those things. Again, as an example, she told us that the case with Andrew and Tristan Tate, it was not going to go anywhere. And for the third time, the case was returned to Romania. We have Miss Lauren, our favorite TikTok attorney, with some other TikTok attorneys who have told us that really this case doesn't make sense. So Alex Spiro, he has really taken the time out and he's saying, I'm using everything. This is a war. And it's given the sense that they didn't want to use the Child Protection Act because if you notice, they haven't, proceed to defend themselves by shooting down the victim's claims. And many people say, oh, that means that Jay-Z is guilty. No, no, no. You guys have to learn to read into people. Remember that the internet already believes that Jay-Z's child has special abilities. What if what if, I'm not saying that he does, what if Jay-Z child actually has special abilities and as such, and it's why Jay-Z hasn't been directing any of his energy at the alleged victim? You have to look into things. You have to spin this and look at it from different angles. So I've been saying also as well, Jay-Z doesn't want to put any ammo against the accuser because she has special abilities and he knows that if he does, people are going to give him the side eye. He didn't want to do that. But now they have to use all the ammo that they can. They have to empty, their clips and they have to do it in such a manner wherein it gets rid of this case and it sets a precedence wherein others know this is not a Sean Diddy Combs. If you're going to come with a lawsuit, you have to make sense and you have to be able to collaborate your timeline and everything has to add up. So they have quite a few striking arguments there to dismiss and dispute. And it's really good. It's really, really good. Now, in this video, we're going to dive into the TMZ report. Then tomorrow, we're going to go into the letter that Alex Spiro had written to the judge. It's 2 pages, so we can go into it tomorrow. But for now, TMZ saying Jay-Z's lawyer eyes legal loophole in attempt to throw out the Howard lawsuit. They're saying Jay-Z's attorney says there are a bunch of holes in the Howard lawsuit against the rapper, and he's looking to have the case thrown out. In new court documents obtained by TMZ, Alex Spiro, the lawyer representing the rap mogul, says he is gearing up to file a motion to dismiss the lawsuit against Jay-Z, claiming the statute Jane Doe is suing under didn't even take effect until after the alleged sexual assault and can't be applied against the rapper retroactively. So she can't go in that lawsuit and say, Jane Doe. No, that did not take in effect until after the alleged incident took place, which means that if she is to proceed forward, she has to reveal her identity. So he's striking that down. So if she reveals her identity, I'm so sorry for this girl. Alex Spiro and Jay-Z is about to really put her on public display so that she cannot step foot forward with another lawsuit. This case is over. This case is over, people. It is literally over. Just that in itself, the case is over. But let's continue. They're saying, as Jay-Z's attorney puts it, the statute was enacted in December 2000, 3 months after Jane Doe claimed she was sexually assaulted by Jay-Z and Diddy at an MTV Music Video Awards after party. Now, I know that the internet says it's 2003, but remember, tonybuzbee says 2000, okay? Now, they also say even if the statute did apply, Jay-Z lawyer says it only covers conduct committed within New York City, and he insists the purported location of the alleged assault could not have been New York City. This is wherein they go into the geographical location and, all of that, right? The design of the gate and all of that. They're saying, he says Jane Doe claimed in her complaint she was driven from Radio City Music Hall to a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway about 20 minutes away. But Jay's lawyer says any residence with that description, if it existed at the time, would be outside the territorial boundaries of New York City. And that is where they have a realtor also working on the case. So it means that it could be Queen Bee there wanting to know, did this happen? I want to know if this happened, You don't know. I'm just saying. No, they're saying Jay-Z's lawyer doesn't stop there, arguing any of Jane Doe's possible claims have expired way back in August 2021. Now, from the looks of it, the rapper's legal team is fighting hard to get the case tossed out. Jane Doe's attorney, tonybuzbee, tells TMZ, these are technical arguments being made, and the law is clearly on our side, and the side of alleged victims. The law is well settled that we are correct. No. That's just tonybuzbee doing his PR 101, because if the internet can see that tonybuzbee's argument is not adding up, I don't know what he means the law is settled on his side. That's not making any sense, because remember, her timeline doesn't collaborate. The alleged witnesses that she claimed was at the 2000 VMAs. They weren't at the 2000 VMAs. So tonybuzbee is not making any sense right there, but he's going to give a, impactful response. Remember, I told you guys, he has the strategy of a politician. He's going to say, we cannot lose. We're going to win. Everything is on our side. The ball is in our court and it is in our favor, because that is what he's supposed to do. But at the end of the day, the law isn't only on his side, and that is something that he needs to take into consideration. It is also on Jay-Z's side, and their attorney, Jay-Z's attorney, is putting down big argument. So if one doesn't apply, the other has to. And if the court brings in experts, I believe they're going to back up that statement as it relates to the U-shaped gate. It had to be outside New York City. And they're not just going to put that there. They have to have some plausible evidence. And as I've said, I do believe they're working with realtors on this. Someone in Jay-Z's corner is a realtor and knows that such geographical location does not exist within the city of New York. But guys, this is all I have to share in this video with you all. Let me know what are your thoughts. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys later. Peace.